On Wednesday, August 13th, 2025, a 16-year-old was sentenced to 2 years in juvenile hall for his role in the killing of David Gutierrez, a 15-year-old kid from Redwood City who was on a date with his girlfriend on Valentine's Day. What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. This case right here, I wanted to talk about this, and I want some interaction on this one. I want to see in the comments what you guys think about this. So, we had this kid, David, who went out with his girlfriend in the Santana Row area of San Jose. I'm from Southern California, so I don't know the area. A lot of you guys do know the area. So this kid, David, went with his girlfriend, and, they were out on a date. Not a care in the world. He's probably just happy to be there with her. She's happy to be there with him. And, as things unfortunately have been happening for decades, a group of kids showed up. They jumped on David. David wound up being stabbed in the heart in front of his girlfriend, in front of everyone else. And these kids were all arrested. I'm an ex-convict. I started doing time at 13. I went to YA at 15, right? I understand why kids get into gangs. I understand why kids put in work and do what they do, right? I also understand that I didn't learn a lesson when I went to YA. What actually happened was I came out worse. The California Youth Authority no longer exists, which is a good thing. But I'm curious what these juvenile halls are doing with guys like this 16-year-old kid that just got 2 years. Imagine if it was your son that got killed. How would you feel if your son was murdered and one of the people that murdered him received a 2-year juvenile hall? And that's the max. Under California law right now, that's the max that this kid could get. So he was given the harshest penalty. How would you feel? I know I would be pissed. And I think everyone would if it was their child. That 16-year-old kid, his family are extremely relieved. But how does this 16-year-old come out of juvenile hall? Again, what programs are they offering? Are they just warehousing these kids? There's 5 kids arrested in this murder. And apparently none of them are going to get, I don't know. But this guy got 2 years. I believe there's another 16-year-old and there's a 13-year-old. None of them are going to be doing over 2 years. I know when I was a kid, you go and you do time, and if you do serious time, and this is not serious time, but for a kid, 2 years it's a long time, right? But it's 2 years for murder. This kid's going to come out and he's going to feel as if, man, I'm a killer. Man, I was whooping my enemies' asses in juvenile hall. What's up? Unless there's programs being offered in that juvenile hall, unless there's programs being offered in every juvenile hall in California for the guys that are getting busted for murders, for attempted murders, for serious crimes, there needs to be some counseling. These kids need to figure out that they're worth something, that their freedom is worth something, that their family, as dysfunctional as it may be, is the only one, it's the only people, the only group in their life that's truly going to love them. If kids are being warehoused in juvenile halls, then shutting down the California Youth Authority was a waste of time. I've never agreed with shutting down the California Youth Authority. What I would have tried to have done was completely overhaul the California Youth Authority, completely overhaul it, and have the California Youth Authority house those convicted of the worst crimes. Have counseling available, have trades available, self-help available. Not what it was before. The California Youth Authority was a nightmare, complete nightmare. Kids being brutalized sexually, kids being beaten on a daily basis, people unaliving people in there, staff setting up fights, staff fighting with inmates. You had fucking 15-year-olds fighting 20-year-olds. It was brutal. So I get why people wanted to have it shut down, but I believe, me personally, and again, I did over 3 years in the California Youth Authority. I think it should have been overhauled. And I'm concerned about these kids that get out. I remember not too long ago, actually, there was an interview with a guy, I think he was on No Jumper. And he got into some serious stuff, and he did time in juvenile hall, and he got out, and if I remember right, actually, it was one of the guys that killed Pop Smoke, one of the Hoovers. And the dude was off the hook. He said, not a damn thing changed. And I think that's what's going to happen in a lot of these kids' lives. I don't know how long it takes, but it took me a long, long time to realize the life that I was living was wrong, and that everything that I had gone through in my life was because of decisions that I was making. I promise you, those kids that were involved in killing David, they blame the DA right now, the cops. They blame David. They blame whatever witnesses that gave statements. They're not at a point in their lives. They're not mature enough in their lives and in their brains to understand. If they wouldn't have all got together that day and decided, hey, let's go hunting, they'd be on the streets with their girlfriends right now and their families right now. I really want to hear in the comment section, what do you guys think? I know how I was when I was a kid. I'm the fourth one in my family busted for murder. I didn't learn from the other three ahead of me. Why it didn't change me, why it made me worse. And I think we need to have a better solution. I don't believe on a slap on the wrist. I believe people should be jailed for breaking the law, but their incarceration should be based on rehabilitation and be incentivized. You do these programs, you get a reduction in sentence. You get a degree, boom, you get 6 months off. Different things like they're doing in the California Department of Corrections now. Give people an incentive to want a program, to want to better themselves and recognize what's really wrong in their lives. I don't know. I just wanted to do this video when I saw that. That's my video for today, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.